Hi everyone, it's Emily and welcome back to these video updates on my total bilateral jaw joint replacement and the Fort surgeries. Um, so I am here today with my 3-year update. So it has been a while since I've made one of these videos, but my life got kind of crazy. I was going into my senior year of high school and now I am a sophomore in college, so I don't really have a good excuse, but I was super busy. So I am happy to be back and updating you because it is about to be my 3-year face-iversary, and that's the stupid name that I made up for it. So I thought I would just update you and let you know how everything has been going. I guess I will start off with where we left off. I posted my 5-week video a long time ago. And in that video, I was talking about how I was on a soft chew diet. You could tell in the video, and I think I also talked about how I had limited muscle control. So my voice and my speech was a little bit off in that video. And also my limited bite. I couldn't open my mouth more than 12 millimeters during that video. So since then, with a lot of physical therapy, I have been able to do everything normally. You can tell my speech is very normal right now. I can open my mouth to kind of on the lower end of what an average human can. So really totally functional, totally fine. I've never had any issues with it. And that physical therapy lasted a few months. I kind of just stopped going. I don't think it was really an official end thing, but as I did mention in that video, if you are unable to access physical therapy services, a lot of the exercises are doable from home. So I do really encourage you to utilize the stuff I mentioned in that video, the tongue depressors. I did a lot of singing, and I over enunciated all the words so that I could really get my muscles back in full swing. So I definitely recommend doing that. So after my last video, I also did return to school and work. And that went pretty well, I think. I definitely eased into it, which was really vitally important for me to do. So I recommend that if you are able to. I started off with half days. I was in high school at the time, so that made sense for me. But I did a couple weeks of half days before I got back into the full swing of things. And I also did take the rest of the year off from band because I do play the clarinet, and at the time I wasn't sure if I would be able to, but I figured it out, and I will talk about that in maybe after this. So, yeah, I started off with half days and I kind of rearranged my schedule so that I could get the most classes in that I could during those half days. And honestly, after a half day, I was so exhausted. And I think that's pretty normal for any major surgery. Like, you just get that kind of exhaustion after a while. But yeah, I was so tired and I felt sick. Like my first day, I remember getting back to my car to drive home, and I lived like 5 minutes from my high school. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it home. Like, I'm so tired right now. Um, but yeah, after a while, I just, you build up strength and you get back into things, and it ended up working out fine. So, but if you are able to, I would definitely recommend easing into things like that. Um, okay, next thing. Oh, I know I said I was functioning normally, but in case I didn't make it clear, I am able to eat anything I want with very little issue at all. I mean, I think sometimes I get a little sore if I eat something like I don't know, like if I'm chewing on a hard candy or something. But really, overall, I can eat all of the foods that I wasn't able to eat for years. And after my jaw surgery, I had it in January, and by summer, I was able to eat whatever I wanted pretty much. And I gained like 10 pounds that summer. So, any of you struggling with weight gain, inspirational story for you. I was totally able to eat anything by summer. So, that was only a few months. Um, Okay, what else? What else? What else? A lot of people have asked me about my numbness, and in my last video, I described my numbness as being right under my eyes, all the way to the bottom of my face, and that is no longer the case, luckily. I don't have any severe long term nerve damage, which is one of the risks of the surgery. Um, I do sometimes feel like some of my chin is a little bit numb still, but it's not very noticeable. So, I mean, I wouldn't even count that. But it went away after about 3 months, and I've been feeling things ever since. um, just a kind of like weird thing is, and it's not really that bad anymore because it's been almost 3 years now. But at the beginning, I really struggled to recognize myself or like know what face I was making. And sometimes I still do have problems with that, but it's a lot less severe now. But it's just kind of a funny thing, kind of a weird transition from your old face to your new face. Um, but yeah, I think that's just kind of a fun thing. Something that I think could be upsetting to some people, and it was a little upsetting to me at first, but then I realized that it's just a side effect of me being safe and happy and healthy again. So I really embraced it and just kind of laughed at myself for it. And so, yeah. Um, Something that still affects me is the cold. I really don't like being in the cold just because it does kind of make my jaw hurt a little bit. I'm a little sensitive to the cold, and I was way more sensitive to the cold before my jaw surgery happened. So I have to say that's improved, but it hasn't gone away. Um, Something new that I've noticed, I guess it's not new, but something that I've noticed that kind of freaked me out at first was that I would get like red splotchy marks. I do sometimes still get these marks on both sides of my face, and it would kind of run down this little line here on my jaw. And I don't quite know what that's from. It might just be from overexertion, like if I'm eating something and I don't know, like I mean, I don't really know where it comes from, but it's not any cause for concern for me, so it's fine. But that is just something I've noticed. Something else that is not a cause for concern but drives me absolutely crazy is that this joint specifically will squeak. And it's just started popping recently too, which it hadn't before, but it will squeak, and no one else can hear it except for me. So, I have been up in front of a class giving a presentation, and every word I speak, my jaw is squeaking, and no one can hear it except for me, and it drives me crazy. But again, if that is all I have to complain about, then I would count myself pretty lucky. Um, oh, I'll take a quick minute to show you my scars right now. You cannot even see them. I've gone to school, gone to college. I've met a lot of new people who have no idea about my background, and I'll show them my scars, and they'll tell me they didn't even notice them, and they can't even really see them. So that is all thanks to my surgeon, Dr. Qureshi, because he did an amazing job. And yeah, I'm really happy with them. Honestly, I kind of wish that I could see them more because I think they're kind of cool, and they're a good reminder of all of the stuff that I've been through. But can't really complain about not seeing my scars because they're really good. So let's see. Oh, So I mentioned earlier my clarinet, and if any of you are nervous about getting back into an instrument, I don't have any real experience in sports. I wasn't that into sports in high school, but with instruments, I know that I was looking for things online and I could find nothing. Like, I could not find anything that told me whether or not I'd be able to play my clarinet. So, basically, my process of getting back into the clarinet, I had to relearn all of that muscle stuff because, I mean, you could see in my last video, my muscles were not super, um, I didn't have a lot of control over them at that time. So I really had to work hard. I did a lot of physical therapy, and I think that actually playing my clarinet was good physical therapy, but there was a time where I actually went just a little bit too intense with it, and I did kind of hurt myself. So definitely don't get too excited because I just got a little excited that I could play again, and I kind of like hurt my face. So, but yeah, I spent a long time really working on perfecting that and getting back into it. And now I play it all the time. I'm not in high school anymore, I'm not in band anymore, but it is just kind of a fun hobby for me. And also, just doing it reminds me of how far I've come because I had a really hard time playing it before. Um, so, yeah, that's good. Um, that's pretty much everything I had written down to talk about in this video, but I really wanted to take a moment and just talk about the kind of mental aspect of these issues that we are collectively going through together in this little community. Um, I know that it can be really horrible to live in pain, like I was living in pain before. I know exactly how bad it can be. I know that it can take a really happy, optimistic young girl and make her into a really sad, scared person. So, if any of you are going through that right now, I want you to know that you are not alone, and I know that it can be really bad. I know that it can be really hard. And even after my jaw surgery, which I thought would fix all of my depression, I wasn't okay for a long time. I mean, quite frankly, I think I'm okay for the first time now, 3 years out, because it really is and can be traumatic to be going through these things. Um, so I just wanted to let you guys know that I do have an Instagram page with the same name as the channel, Chin Up TJR. And my DMs on that page are always open. So if you need to talk about anything or ask me any questions related to the mental health stuff or related to the actual surgery, I am always available, and I would love to talk to you and help you out and just make you feel a little bit less alone in this. So there's that. Overall, I am really, really, really happy with the way that my surgery turned out, and I know that it's a scary process, but if you are waiting for a surgery or you're going through it right now, um, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Things turned out really well for me. Um, and yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm okay and you will be okay going through this. And like I said, if you have any questions or comments or anything that you want to talk to me about, my DMs are always open. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me, and I look forward to talking to some of you guys. Bye.